Live from the Ball State News Center, this is NewsLink Indiana in high definition.
Good evening and welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Max Lewis.
And I'm Bree Isom. Thanks for joining us.
Democrats are crying foul on FBI Director James Comey. They are accusing him of having a double standard when it comes to handling cases involving Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Pamela Brown reports.
Amid calls for Director James Comey to provide more information on the investigation into Clinton aide Huma Abedin's emails, CNN has learned he will not speak about specifics on the investigation until it's complete. Right now, FBI agents are working to separate the emails relevant to the case and determine whether any of them contain classified information.
We're not going to get through that process by next Tuesday. That's something that's going to take weeks, possibly months, depending if there's a large number of emails and various agencies that they then have to talk to.
Meantime, CNN has learned the FBI has been conducting multiple investigations into allegations of connections between Russia and the Trump campaign, including his former campaign manager's ties to pro-Putin forces in Ukraine, and Trump supporter Roger Stone's possible role in Clinton campaign chairman's hacked emails released by WikiLeaks. This is what Stone recently told NBC.
I have a back channel communications with WikiLeaks, but they certainly don't clear or tell me in advance what they're going to do.
Today, Clinton's campaign manager is crying foul, saying Comey, a Republican, is cherry-picking which investigations he makes public.
James Comey opened this door, and we're just asking for him to make this right and treat everybody the same.
The campaign is calling on Comey to release information on the investigations into Donald Trump's campaign and alleged ties to Russia. Amid reports, Comey argued against publicly tying Russia to hacks of the Clinton campaign so close to the election. CNN sources say Comey's decision not wanting to name Russia had nothing to do with the election.
They don't say a thing when it comes to Donald Trump and investigations against him, yet when it comes to Hillary Clinton, for some reason, they're more than happy to talk.
Today, Republicans are hitting back against the Clinton campaign's claims of a double standard, saying it's a false equivalence.
He did tell Congress in July that the investigation had been completed and he had determined that she didn't have specific intent to commit a crime. So I think he felt the need to supplement the record.
Meanwhile, the FBI Tuesday posted 129 pages from its 2001 investigation of Mark Rich. He's the former hedge fund trader pardoned by former President Bill Clinton on his last day in office. The FBI says the release has nothing to do with politics, but rather a response to a Freedom of Information Act request.
NewsLink Indiana will continue to have election coverage throughout the week. We'll be highlighting other prominent races throughout the state and nationally. You can also join us here on NewsLink November 8th for full election coverage. Our news team will be providing live updates throughout the show. You can tune in at 9 p.m. on Cardinal Vision or watch at livestream.com.
And down ballot races often get overlooked during presidential elections, but NewsLink Indiana's Ben Safarbi explains how a Ball State student plans to shake up the Muncie School Board.
The city of Muncie is well aware of the presidential election on November 8th, but a down ballot race is starting to gain attention. Ball State student and Muncie Central graduate Billy Walker, at just 20 years of age, is running for Muncie School Board.
It's been a long process, and it was definitely not an easy decision, knowing how much time it would take up and how I would have to really divide up what I do every day, but I couldn't be any happier with my decision.
The political science major acknowledges he is the youngest candidate, but believes he can turn that into an advantage from the connections he's made.
And so I know the environment inside of the school, and I know the things that our students go through and that our teachers go through and that really just the everyday personnel in the buildings go through. And I still have those relationships inside of our schools to understand what they go through.
Walker was out strolling the neighborhoods of Muncie while trick-or-treating with family and friends, as well as getting the word out to vote. Walker's relationship with the city of Muncie is visible, and wants the same from his Cardinal classmates.
Right now we kind of have two separate communities. We have the Ball State community and we have a Muncie community. And I've always been a big believer that that bridge, that gap needs to be bridged. There's a lot of opportunity in both areas that could really be brought out if, both groups were intertwined.
Voting for the Muncie School Board will take place on November 8th. In Muncie, Ben Safarbi, NewsLink Indiana.
Walker added that being a college student and the responsibility of public office grants him the greatest opportunity to make a difference.
Delaware County is seeing high voter registration numbers for this election. According to the Star Press, over 90,000 people are registered to vote in the county this year. Almost 89,000 county residents were registered to vote in 2012. Of this year's registered voters, Delaware County Election Board President Mike White said he expects 60,000 people to be active voters. A week before this election, over 6,000 early voting ballots have been returned. Polling locations can be found online at the county clerk's website. You know, it's been really warm lately. I'm just wondering if these warmer temperatures are going to stay around.
I know, the temperatures got really high today. Nathan, what can we expect?
Guys, we broke a record today. The original record set back in 1999 was at 77 degrees. Today we hit a high of 80 degrees out at the airport in Muncie. Let's look at the last 5 hours. Over McKinley Avenue, sunshine dominated the forecast, allowing us to climb to that high of 80 degrees. However, at the top of the hour, sitting at 69 degrees here at the Ball State campus. Currently, the winds are out of the south at 6 miles per hour, not affecting those temperatures this evening. We're going to look at this almanac real quick to see 80 degrees is our daytime high today. We broke the record set back in 1999. This morning, the low was down to 62, so we climbed very quickly in temperature, not even near that record of 25 degrees. And how warm are we since 24 hours ago? 13 degrees warmer here in Muncie, 10 degrees warmer in Kokomo and Lafayette, only 1 degree warmer in places like Bloomington at the top of the hour. Coming up, we're going to talk more about those record-breaking temperatures. Are they going to continue for the daytime tomorrow? That chance of rain returning back to the forecast and tracking a cool down to the weekend.
A bank for many community members will be shut down in a few months.
And find out why the Muncie chief police officer may have resigned so soon. All this and more after the break.
Heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
So I've come up with a family emergency plan.
Great. What is it?
It's difficult to talk about, so I'm not telling you.
How will we know what to do?
You won't.
I'm so glad I won't have to remember anything.
And me too. Thanks for this, sweetie.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
The Muncie City Police Chief officially resigned yesterday and left many questions behind him. We now have more information on what happened behind closed doors with Mayor Dennis Tyler and Police Chief Stewart. Stewart and Tyler were originally in agreement with his intentions to retire on January 1st. According to City Hall, Stewart rejected an FBI investigation involving allegations of wrongdoing within the city government, which may have led to why he left early. According to the Star Press, Tyler said he was surprised to hear Stewart was leaving this soon, but said Stewart may have led the public on to a different belief. A letter written to Tyler from Stewart stated, quote, "Actions by you and others prove to me that I can no longer be part of your administration. Therefore, effective immediately, I am resigning as Chief of Police." And you know, Bree, Chief Stewart was very instrumental in introducing body cams into the Muncie Police Department.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe this will help police shooting investigations in the future.
Yeah, for sure.
It seems like body cameras will reduce suspicion of police shootings.
The name of the man who was found dead in York Prairie Creek has been released. The Star Press reported that 62-year-old Ronald Shope's body was found in the creek near his West Side home. Sunday morning, the coroner said the preliminary cause of Shope's death was drowning. There are no indications that his death was the result of foul play, and the coroner is awaiting the outcome of toxicology tests. Authorities are trying to locate Shope's family, and anyone with information is asked to call the Delaware County Coroner's Office at 765-747-7724.
A Muncie couple is looking for information about their missing daughter. According to the Star Press, 23-year-old Angelina Angie Barlow was last seen around 3 a.m. on October 27th in the 7600 block of Harcourt Drive. The Indianapolis native reportedly left a party after getting calls from an unidentified man. A missing persons report has been filed with the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department. Barlow's parents, Christina Barlow Kramer and Stephen Kramer, asked anyone with information to call 765-283-2980.
Many Muncie residents will soon have to move their money. NewsLink Indiana's Connor Miller has the story.
Although the signs say open, that won't be the case for much longer. That is because Old National Bank announced Monday that it will be closing 15 of its branches, including this one on McGalliard Road in Muncie. Other Indiana locations, including those in Yorktown, Jasper, Vincennes, Terre Haute, Indianapolis, South Bend, Bloomington, Battle Creek, and Jackson, will be closing. The firm also plans on closing Kentucky locations in Henderson and Madisonville. Each one of these firms will consolidate with existing firms. This one here on McGalliard Road will consolidate with the one on Main Street in Muncie, and the one in Yorktown will consolidate with the one on Jackson Street in Muncie. Local customers, including Mary Kay Waters, are not looking forward to the consolidation.
I really hate to see this branch closed because it's close to me, it's convenient to me. I went banked the one on Broadway, they closed it down, now I'm in Gallard and they're closing it down. I really hate to see it go. These people in here are very nice.
The consolidations and closings are due to recent changes in consumer habits. Old National Bank executive Kathy Shetland explained why the decisions were made.
We look at everything from traffic flow to deposits. Our clients are really looking towards the mobile platforms, online banking, and also mobile banking to get their banking solutions. So we made the decision to do some consolidations in the locations.
The consolidations will be completed by January of 2017. In Muncie, Connor Miller, NewsLink, Indiana.
Banks in Muncie dropped from 4 to 2, and employees are uncertain as to what will happen to their employment numbers. It is currently unknown how many employees will be laid off or transferred.
We have your full weather forecast coming up next.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
You know, Max, this weather is perfect for a night football game.
Yeah, I agree. Nathan, what can we expect?
Yeah, guys, we broke records today in temperatures, and we'll do the same for tomorrow. Let's take a look at the live picture out over McKinley and Riverside. Another calm night here on the campus of Ball State. Hit a high of 80 degrees here in Muncie today, which broke the previous record of 77 set back in 1999. Currently outside sitting at 69 at the top of the hour. Winds out of the south at 6 miles per hour, pumping that warm air into our area, making it feel pretty mild for this time of year. For your evening planner tonight, we will see an overnight low of 64 by 4 a.m. A few clouds building in the overnight hours. Nothing that'll change that forecast. However, for the kids at the bus stop, they are going to see what we would most likely see in early spring, 63 with cool temperatures at 7 a.m. By the time they're headed home, we'll see mostly sunny skies turning to mostly cloudy skies in the evening hours with a high of 76. Let's track out that chance of the rain returning back to the forecast. It's going to return on Thursday, and we stop here at Wednesday at 7 p.m. You notice that we begin to see those clouds build into the area, and then we see all that precipitation begin to form as that cold front begins to move through our area. You notice that this will form in more of a band-like structure that will allow us to see locally heavy downpours at times and even some thunderstorms. By Thursday at 9 a.m., you notice the clouds will begin to break, and that cold front will push out of the area, making for Thursday a decent day. We're not expecting a whole lot of rain out of the system, about 3/100 of an inch here in Muncie, and locally higher amounts in our northern viewing area this evening. For the day planner for the day tomorrow, a pretty decent day overall, except by the time we get to the evening hours. By 6 p.m., expect some thunderstorms possible in our area with a temperature of 72. You notice that the winds will begin to continue to keep out of the southwest between 10 to 15 miles per hour for the daytime tomorrow. Looking at the 7-day forecast, not too bad. We are a little bit seasonably warm for this time of year. Our next chance for precipitation returns back to on Thursday with those rainy conditions. Once again, high of 63 on Thursday. That cold front will move through the area Friday. Look at the sunny skies with a high of 60 degrees, and then we return back to what we would consider normal for this time of year. And normal temperatures this time of year, think of the ratio 60-40 is the easiest way to remember those numbers, and that will be definitely the case headed into the weekend.
All right. Thank you, Nathan. All right, Megan, what is up in sports?
Well, Ball State football is currently in the middle of a huge game, and we'll have a live update on them coming up next. And Wapahani Volleyball is looking to win back-to-back state championships this weekend. And we'll talk to their head coach, who's ahead of Saturday's state championship showdown.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Good evening. Tonight, for the first time in nearly 13 years, Ball State football is hosting a ranked opponent. The 17th ranked Western Michigan Broncos are in town, and our own Tony Sandlaven is live out at Schumann Stadium with an update. Tony?
Well, Megan, I'm standing here in front of the Western Michigan team buses, bringing in the team favored in this game by 17.5 points. But the biggest story in this game, quarterback Riley Neal for the Ball State Cardinals did not start this evening. He is out with a lower leg injury. Word is he's been in a boot all week long and could not go today. Quarterback Jack Miles is starting for the Ball State Cardinals. As far as who's here watching the Western Michigan Broncos, they're paying attention to number 84, Corey Davis, the wide receiver, considered to be the best in the MAC this year. 4 NFL teams are here watching him. So far, he already has a touchdown catch as the Western Michigan Broncos lead it 21-7 with 5:07 left to play in the first half. Reporting live at Schumann Stadium, Tony Sandlaven, NewsLink, Indiana.
Thanks, Tony. The game is currently being aired live on ESPN2. We will have a full wrap-up tomorrow night. Meanwhile, Ball State field hockey is gearing up for the postseason. The Cardinals made big strides in Christy Longacre's first year at the helm. Ball State quadrupled its win total from a season ago alongside Underacre's leadership. Ben Shuren has a preview of the MAC tournament.
The Ball State women's field hockey team clinched a spot into the MAC tournament this past weekend for the first time since 2011. The Cardinals earned the 4th seed in the tournament with an 8-10 record and will take on top-seeded Kent State. I talked to Coach Longacre and senior Michaela Mooney about their chances to pull off the upset.
When we played them earlier in the season, it was a 3-1. We actually scored first, and I think we kind of shocked ourselves, and that was when we were still learning how to win, because we haven't been able to win in the past couple of years. So it's like a confidence boost at each game that we're getting better. We are getting those wins. We do have 8 wins now under our belt. So just going into this game confident and keep attacking, going after it.
We've watched the film from that game and we know the things we need to work on. We pinpointed specific things in that game and throughout the season that we've struggled with, and we've worked on all those things, and we've really improved throughout the season, so we know that it'll be a good game and it'll be a lot better outcome than the 3-1 hopefully.
The game starts at 11:30 a.m. this Friday at Kent State. From Muncie, I'm Ben Shuren, NewsLink, Indiana.
Best of luck to the field hockey team. Finally, for the second straight year, the Wapahani volleyball team is headed to the 2A state championship match. The Raiders are looking to win their 4th state title in just the last 6 seasons on Saturday. One of the biggest reasons for Wapahani's repeat trip to the state championship is the amount of returning players. Ranked 24th in the state, Wapahani won 31 of its 37 matches and were undefeated in the Mid-Eastern Conference. Coach Jared Richardson said the key to his team's success on Saturday will be more than just the team's veterans' presence.
As far as we have the entire offense returning, and I think that's huge, but the game's going to come down to ball control and it's going to come down to defense, and I think we've really got the key pieces that have stepped in, and I think the 2 kids, Shayna Webb and Aaron Roach in my back row, who've kind of filled in some of those seniors that we lost in the back row last year. I think that we could have got the job done with them last year as freshmen, but it was just a matter of them waiting their turn and biding their time since we had the seniors in front of them. I thought they were all very evenly talented. And so this year they kind of get a moment to shine in the back row and get to go out and experience fully.
You know, guys, it seems like Wapahani volleyball is doing really well.
They are this season. They really have stepped up their game.
The first time in 4 years?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And a lot of other Muncie area volleyball teams are great. Yorktown, Delta, all have really great teams.
High school volleyball is definitely big up here in Muncie for sure.
Right, I can definitely sense that. That's awesome. And how about tonight's game?
Football game. Yes, against Western Michigan.
Yes.
I hope Ball State can pull out a win there.
Me too.
I really like that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Prepare to start your taping toes with Grooving with the Beat as Ball State Theater invites you to come and swing.
And watch out for an old favorite as Fuller House will premiere season 2 on Netflix. That's coming up.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet a few who are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo, is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to the shelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self, and I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Sarah Stump with your entertainment news. Mark your calendar tomorrow for the Ball State Symphony Orchestra. The Ball State Orchestra is an exciting all-student orchestra that performs music from all genres and time periods. The event will be held tomorrow night at 7:30 in Sursa Performance Hall. It will feature Copeland's 8 poems of Emily Dickinson, Boyer's Ellis Island, The Dream of America, and more. The event is open to the public and general admission is $5. Students can receive 1 free ticket with an ID in advance at Emmons box office. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Ball State Theater presents Swing starting November 4th. The swing movement generated unique styles such as jive and the jitterbug. It has been nominated for 6 Tony Awards, including Best Musical in 2000. Admission is $18 for the public and $15 for students. Tickets can be purchased at the University Theater box office from noon to 5. Your toes will be tapping and you will feel the beat and groove with this performance. Swing will be held from November 4th through the 13th. Get ready for season 2 of Fuller House. The second season will feature all things holiday from Halloween to Christmas, and all your Full House favorites are stopping by for some quality family time. It's true, the older you get, the faster things seem to change, DJ Tanner says in the new trailer. In the coming shows, watch as DJ Tanner finally makes her decision between Matt and her long-loved Steve. But is it too late? Also prepare yourself for an unholy alliance you thought you'd never see between the Gibblers and the Tanners. Season 2 will premiere on Friday, December 9th on Netflix. That's all for your entertainment news. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Alrighty, thanks, Sarah. You know, from what I've been hearing from a lot of people just want the weather to stay cold. You know, it's being warm, it's getting colder, then it's getting warm again. It's just crazy all over the place.
No, I totally agree. It's November and it was almost 80 degrees today. Nathan, what do you have to say about that?
We didn't break any state records, like statewide records, but we did break the record for Muncie today with a high of 80 degrees as our high temperature today, which broke the record from 1999. And we're going to be going back to look again tomorrow, 77 degrees, which could easily break the record for tomorrow also. We'll have to keep an eye on that, because if we have enough daytime heating there in the middle of the day, we should be able to break that record. However, the odds may ever be in our favor with the weather. But however, we are going to break that pattern as that cold front moves through on Wednesday night into the day on Thursday, and then making it a cooler start back to those fall-like temperatures for the next week.
Thank you so much, Nathan.
That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to watch tomorrow night at 9 p.m. right here on Cardinal Vision.
And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a good night.